years after high school. I don't know if life was exactly what I wished.
How could I not realize this sooner?
This is not you.
Well, my mom worked at Hooters and my father was a pro wrestler. Tell me what's me.
From teen chaos in Euphoria to high-end feuds in Beef, plus a bold new French drama, and Michelle Pfeiffer navigating the world of OnlyFans. Welcome to this month's TV series show, and I'm joined by our TV critic, Dheepthika Laurent. Hello, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Eve.
Well, let's start then with the latest season of Euphoria on Max, coming 4 years after the last.
Yeah, that's right. It's an Emmy award-winning teen drama that made household stars out of its cast members like Jacob Elordi, Zendaya, and Sydney Sweeney. Now, this season has a 5-year time jump, so they're no longer really teenagers but young adults. We see Zendaya as Rue, a recovering drug addict, is now a fentanyl-swallowing drug mule crossing into Mexico to pay off her debts. Elordi's Nate is working in his father's real estate business, and his bored housewife, played by Sydney Sweeney, as Cassie is semi-naked and barking like a dog for her OnlyFans subscribers. So a pretty grim transition into adulthood for these former troubled teens. This season also has an appearance by Sharon Stone. Take a look.
A few years after high school. I don't know if life was exactly what I wished. But somehow, for the first time, I was beginning to have faith.
Hello, Rue. You owe me money.
The problem is, if you make a deal with the devil, there's no turning back.
There we go, there's a taster, and it is worth noting that 2 notable deaths overshadow season 3.
Yeah, that's right. There was the actor Angus Cloud, who died of an overdose in 2023. He played the character Fezco. Levinson said that this season's fentanyl story arc was actually a way of paying tribute to Cloud. And Cloud's Fezco was not written off in the series, but is off-screen in prison. The other notable death is Eric Dane, who died from ALS earlier this year. He played Elordi's sex offender father, and he actually continued filming for this season, despite his debilitating illness. It was one of his last projects.
Okay, so 2 big losses for the series. How does the season fare overall?
Well, Levinson does not shy away from his very trademark hypersexualized style, which already came under fire back in 2023 in his other limited series, which we talked about here, The Idol, starring The Weeknd and Lily Rose Depp. Now, Sydney Sweeney is practically buck naked by the episode 2. Grammy winner Rosalia plays a Spanglish stripper. It all feels very dirty. It feels very voyeuristic and cheap. It's as if, for me at least, Levinson has crammed every kind of problematic social behavior into each and every character. And what you get in the end is a show where there's no respite. And for me, it just feels really tired and outdated. However,
Thank goodness.
What do I know? Because in the first 3 days of release, the show drew 8.5 million viewers. That's 44% more than season 2. So maybe sex sells, Eve.
I think it definitely does, doesn't it? Well, let's move on now to a second season of the Emmy award-winning dark comedy Beef on Netflix. This season is based around a whole new story.
Yeah, that's right. Lee Sun-jin's season 1 of Beef starred Stephen Yeun and Ali Wong as 2 people who get into a road rage accident, and then their anger escalates into this shocking tit-for-tat spiral of violence. Now, this season features a whole new story arc, a whole new cast as well. Carey, Mulligan and Oscar Isaac, and a whole new beef set in a luxurious country club after a young couple witness Carey Mulligan and Oscar Isaac's characters, a couple, violently fighting with each other.
Okay, well, let's take a look then at season 2 of Beef, out now.
I think deep down we both knew it was a temporary band-aid.
Band-aid for what?
For the immense pain of knowing that you picked the wrong person.
recorded.
I think she has a very sort of narrow, fixed idea of what love is, and it's the first 3 weeks. You know? I don't think she's sort of ever got her head around the next bit.
What she said is pretty spot on, this idea of holding on to an idea from the past, or either the past or just planning for the future. Those two places kind of feel like love, because even planning for the future feels a little bit more like the beginning.
But that's not, they can't just sort of be together.
Where they're at together.
Yeah.
That feels not good.
It sounds extremely intense. What did you think about this season?
Well, it definitely, you might have gotten that White Lotus feel about it. It definitely has a White Lotus vibe, the setting, this luxurious country club, powerful management versus subservient staff. Great performances by Oscar Isaac and Carey Mulligan. They actually reunite because they previously worked on the film Inside Llewyn Davis many years ago. Charles Melton and Kaylee Spaney are great as Austin and Ashley, who play the young couple. Look, season 2 is a very enjoyable watch. For me, it doesn't quite capture the novelty of the first season. There was something really memorable about the first season, you know, that spiral into a cycle of uncontrollable rage. There was something so psychologically crazy yet relatable. This season is very riveting, but as I said, it's not quite as novel as the first season, even if it does crescendo into a final twist that you definitely don't see coming.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting. Beef season 2. Well, Eric Rochant, the creator of the hit French spy series Le Bureau, is back with a new drama this month. It's called Bandi, and it's set in the French Overseas Department of Martinique, and it's a family crime drama. Tell us more.
Well, Eric Rochant actually teams up with his daughter Capucine Rochant for this series. It's Netflix's first on the French Caribbean island of Martinique. It features a mostly local and unknown cast and a Martinique director called Chris Burton, who co-directs a few episodes. So Bandi follows the fate of the 11 Lafleur siblings aged between 7 and 25. They're left to fend for themselves after their mother dies in a road accident. To pay their bills, they turn to a life of crime, drugs, and violence. And interestingly, Bandi is actually a Creole word for a bandit or an intrepid person. Take a look.
Phase 1, vente en local, je suis rodé. Phase 2, exportation artisanale vers la France. Phase 3, exportation à grande échelle. C'est ce que je veux.
On a dit pas les petits, putain! Maintenant, il vient les menacer!
Comment t'as pu arriver jusqu'ici?
J'avais pas le choix.
J'ai été contacté pour être
I was contacted to be a documentalist, and I was extremely reticent. There have been many productions in Martinique, and each time they always want to use our island as a setting and use local actors, but never portraying them in an interesting way. When my colleague told me about this production from France, I was like, okay. I was told they wanted to make a series and interview people to create authentic character. When I heard that, I thought, okay, now I'm interested.
Là, c'est autre chose, par contre.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting. One particular scene, though, did really shock viewers, didn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Without giving too much away, there was a gratuitous drowning of a dog that so shocked viewers that Netflix had to put out a video reassuring them that the dog actor was actually doing fine. But Netflix is very good at that sort of interaction with fans and so drumming up support for its series. What this series does really well is depict a community we don't often see on the small screen, which is a community people living in Martinique. Rochant's attention to detail and his portrayal of a disenfranchised youth is, I find, really pertinent.
Okay, so you're a fan?
Yes. I think it's very good. It's authentic, it's gritty, it's violent, it's heartbreaking at times. I got really attached to the characters. Jodie Grimaud's Killian, who plays this promising school student who is also secretly building a drug empire and trying to keep it from his family. I found him very captivating in this role, as was the actor who plays his older brother, Rodney Dijon, who plays this reckless, drug-stealing Kingsley. It's gotten great reviews in the French press. The French cultural magazine Les Inrocks called it the best French series on Netflix ever. I'm not sure I go that far, but it is a solid series, let's say.
Okay, so apart from the dog scene, everyone at home, watch out for that.
It's
That is
very
one.
violent.
That
It's
is
very,
one
very
to add to the list. Let's end then with another family drama out this month. Margo's Got Money Troubles. It stars Elle Fanning and Michelle Pfeiffer as a mother and daughter duo navigating the tricky ethics of OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's right. Something we don't often see on screen, on the small screen at least. Margo's Got Money Troubles is based on a book of the same name by Rufi Thorpe. Michelle Pfeiffer returning to the small screen for her second series in 2 months. She was in Taylor Sheridan's The Madison last month. And in this series, she teams up with her husband, who is the series creator, David E. Kelly, who famously gave us Ally McBeal. Elle Fanning is a promising writing student who gets in college, who gets pregnant and then turns to OnlyFans to help pay the bills. Michelle Pfeiffer plays her mum, a former Hooters waitress who raised her alone. Nick Offerman plays her plays Elle Fanning's estranged father. It's a lovely comedic family drama. It's earnest, it's modern, it's open-minded, it's not vulgar or gratuitous, unlike other shows that I won't mention. It might even
Euphoria.
make it... Well, there you go. It might even make an OnlyFans fan out of you. In any case, for me, it's definitely one of the strongest family dramas of the year.
Okay, Dheepthi, thank you so much for giving us once again such an intense look at the series out this month. We're going to leave you then with a look at Margo's Got Money Troubles, out on Apple TV Plus this month. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
It's just like... Don't you be listening to the nonsense coming out of people's mouths. We're on the precipice of greatness. How did I let this happen?
I dream about the girl I used to be.
Margo, why are you here? You can go anywhere.
Like Harvard.
Yes, like Harvard.
Oh.
Till all the silly boys
So how's school?
scars they cut me deep.
Oh my God.